All right, now tell the story.
All right, that's Ruby. And she did that, and she thought that it was mighty funny that I didn't have any white bloomers under my skirts, because we all had to wear dresses below our knees when we go walking to school. And if it was very cold, we had the big old stockings that we could pull up. Or we had a union suit that we could wear under our clothes.
What is a union suit?
A union suit is a knit, heavy knit underwear that you can buy without sleeves or with sleeves. And you could buy it with long legs.
Kind of like long johns? Like long johns?
Long johns. Yes, that's what you'd call them today. But we called them union suits because they had a seat that you could unbutton the buttons and drop the seat if you went to the bathroom. And then when you got up again, you had to find those same buttons to rebutton to close up your seat. Because you don't want that wide old seat between your legs. You got to get out of the way. And what if somebody dress up and go to town and they saw this old wooden seat out of your union suit down there in the middle of your pants? Or they'd think you had a roll or something else.
So when you were not wearing a union suit, you wore bloomers?
Yeah.
And your mama made those?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the flower bag bloomers.
Well, they were ideal. I don't know what company it was. Most companies had just kind of smaller pictures of flowers. But some company who sold gold flower in bags. Well, they were the ones that designed the flowers to go in the cotton sacks. Not cotton sacks, flower sacks with flowers on them, because that was a selling point. If a woman was going to go get a bag of flour at the store, she would get one pretty with flowers. And those were very desirable. They were white flower bags, but that's all right.
But grandmother did not use those for you?
But I never got one of those. No, mine all matched my dress. But the dress was way down, well, halfway between the knee and the ankle. They were long. So it took a pretty good pull to get that skirt up high enough to see what union suit or flower bags or matching panties what you had on. And somebody reported it. I don't know, it wasn't me. But it was reported. And school had a meeting then that boys and girls should not be going to school together, brother and sister, of course, or a neighbor and a girl, fine, of course, but let's don't pull up and go to town. That was not a nice game. Sometimes that skirt would be a little bit too tight to pull up in a hurry, and it might even trip you to make you fall down. And then whoever was pulling you up had to help you get up.
So this was happening at the bus stops to school? This was happening at the bus stops on the way to school?
I didn't have bus stops.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't have bus catches. We got to school best way we could, and that was walking and carrying our lunch and any books that we had to study. And we were supposed to bring something else, books that we were studying in class, to read at home. But I don't think anybody read them because this was a country school, and half of them, their parents didn't read them anyway, didn't know how to read. So that was bad.
Was that in Hubbard?
No, that was in Hawkins.
Okay. And about how old were you?
6
Okay.
or 7. See, I was nearly 7 when I started school because the cutoff was at 1st September. If your birthday was after the 1st September, you had to wait a year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, mine was in August, so I got to go. But my brother Roy's was in September, so I was only one class behind him. And that was not good because Roy had gone to kindergarten, and I hadn't even gone to kindergarten.
And he was jealous that you were going to be in the same grade as him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Because 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade was all in the same room.
Oh.
And it made it hard on my brother Roy. Well, he went the year before I did, so he was in the 2nd grade, and I was in the 1st grade until we moved to Lingoville, another little tiny grocery stop, and post office in the grocery stop. But feed store, Dad bought his mill. He was grinding feed for cows and hogs and chickens because the small chickens could not swallow a whole grain of corn. You just had to feed them something else or get out there in one of their bowls, rocks, and a hammer and break up some of that corn so that the baby chickens could pick it up. Or the mama chickens would get out there and beat it up in front of them, trying to teach the little ones how to eat. Make them eat it, eat it, eat it. It's good stuff.
Did you have chickens?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What else did you have? A cow?
Oh, I had to have a cow. One time, Roy had been doing the milking. It's my brother. He was 2 years older than me. But the cow went dry. Her calf was big. And the fellow says, okay, I gave you that cow with a small calf so that she'd give milk. But the calf is too big. She's not giving milk to that calf anymore. She's expecting that calf to get out and eat grass and weeds and anything else. But this fellow came by and he says, okay, I would like to take that cow back and get her bred. But during the meantime, you're not going to have any milk unless you accept this cow. This cow has never been milked, but she's had her baby, and she won't let anybody get close to her baby or to milk her. If you can train her to be milked, you can have her. Okay, good idea. So my dad and Roy built a pen. Call it a pen if you want to. It's a straw pen with boards. A little straw feeder but boards on both sides. The calf cannot get to her of a morning, and they both sleep at night, separated. This cow needs a home, needs to be milked. If you'll put her in this, and these are to train a cow. You hook it behind their leg because there's a flat place back there. And then you hook the other one behind the other knee, and it spreads the two legs. You put this cow in her stall and give her some decent food. She'll let you milk her. After training, you're going to have to milk her maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times to get her trained with hobbles on. But then when you strip the cow, then you take the hobbles off and open the door to the pen, and she can come out, and the calf can run up to her and get her breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was do it or go without milk and butter.
So, what did you give them in exchange for a cow you could milk? Did you?
A cow that I could milk.
Okay, they were happy to have that cow then.
They gave me a cow with a big calf.
Ah.
And the cow would dry.
Okay.
Fine, my cows are all starving to death anyway. Let me take that cow back.
I gotcha.
And I'll give this and other one with a small calf.
I gotcha.
It's never been broken to milk.
Let me close this door. I'll be right back. I gotcha. So you had a cow and a calf and chickens. Anything else?
Yes. The next year, Mother decided she wanted turkeys. That way we could have occasional turkey for Thanksgiving or Christmas. Or if they had 2 turkeys, fine, we could sell them because there was a truck coming through. Oh, I don't remember if it's once a week or every 2 weeks or every day. It's every other day for cream. So you get a gallon of milk, and as it gets cold, cream will start forming on the top. When that cream is formed on the top, you get your spoon and rake it off into the churn. Rake it off into the churn. And you may have to wait 2 or 3 days raking the cream off into this churn. But the older cream has begun to sour. It's not fresh. It's the kind that you want to shake and make it bubble up big. Or shake it a little bit more and it'll form butter. You want that butter too. But it takes about 2 or 3 days for the milk to be together to form this heavy cream. This cream is scraped off of the milk.
And that's the guy you got your turkeys from?
I don't think so. That's the guy we got the milk from.
Okay.
The cow.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. And Mother had a churn. I don't know where she got it. But it was a big old crock with a lid with a hole in the middle of the lid. And then she had the stick that would go into that hole that had forks on it, not out, but out from it, not down, but up. And you pack that until you got it. Butter would form on the top then. because butter is grease and milk is not. You have to separate the cream from the butter, cream from the milk, and then separate the butter from the cream.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of work.
And it takes a lot of work. And to milk the cow, Roy decided, well, he wasn't going to go to school any earlier. And Dad says, well, you're big enough to milk the cow. You're the one that's going to have to milk the one in the stall and let her out. You're the one who's going to have to be so nice to her, feeding her all this good stuff. Be nice to her, pet her, scratch her on her neck. That's where she seems to like it, on the neck, down that flabby, big old flabby skin. No, it's not flabby skin, but it's big old tough skin that hangs down. That's where she likes to be scratched. Scratch her. Talk to her. Pat her on the back. Feed her. Oh, it's easier to get to them if you feed them. And if she has buzzles.
Hobbles.
Hobbles. Or those two things around her back of her legs so she can kick.
Yeah.
But separated so you can get up on there and milk and milk and milk and milk. Get all the milk. You can do that. Okay. Okay. And he did. So he was the one that doing the milking.
Mm-hmm.
And never using those hobbles.
Oh, really?
No, that calf, that cow thought so much of Bob for all this extra food and patting her on the neck and talking to her. Oh,
That was special.
That was special. Those other cows out in the pasture didn't have any babies. Well, there was no other cows out there. She didn't know
that.
She didn't know that. Roy had a cow that loved him. So he did the milking. And one time, he decided Daddy was going to move to Lingleville. Move at all.
Mm-hmm.
Move to Lingleville and buy a cow for himself. We wasn't going to use somebody else's cow just because we could feed her. And it was still Roy's job to milk the cow. But she had been milked before, many, many, many times. Probably had a couple of calves. A good milker. Could pay for her, though. You will pay for her. Okay, I'll pay for this cow. But give me a horse. Okay, we'll get a horse and a cow. Cow belongs to Roy. And the truck belongs to Dad. Which was all right with me. And he'd go to work early. If he didn't have any work to do there. Nobody to pick up feed that had been ground, or nobody to leave leaves and sticks and corn stalks to grind, or he'd already ground it, and they hadn't paid him for it. They couldn't pick it up. They couldn't pick it up unless he was there. Okay. Well, Mr. Sherman, I don't have much corn feed, corn stalks for feed, but I have the smaller, more tender stalks that I'm raising for popcorn. Could you grind up some of these? Don't care which stalk it is, whether it's a corn stalk or a popcorn stalk. Couldn't care less. Well, how about all this popcorn? Well, put it in there with it if you want to. I don't care. But Mr. Strong, I have to go all the way into Stephenville and leave my corn for them to grind it, make cornmeal, and try to sell my popcorn to stores. No, let's get to business. Let's get together with this business now. I can't pay you. You know that. I can't pay you a penny. Because all the money I can make, I have to use it on my own family. But if you'll grind this, we can grind this big corn, and I'll give you some grains, not grains.
Cornmeal?
I'll give you the corn that can be shucked. You grind it, you shucks.
Oh, yeah.
But the corn you can grind off and make popcorn yourself. Okay, I'll shuck it. Grind the corn off, and you get the small stalks, and I'll grind the stalks. And the fellow says, yeah, but Mr. Strong, I want you to grind it as fine as you can. I'll bring the whole grains of corn, big field corn, shucked and ground and picked off of the cob, just a bag of corn. Will you grind it just as fine as you can? We can take it on into Stephenville and leave it to be ground for cornmeal. But if you can grind it, please do. Can't pay you, but I can give you all the cornmeal you can use. In fact, you don't have to buy any more cornmeal. But the way I want you to do it, I want you to grind some corn, not a whole lot of corn, first, before we divide it. This first will be as fine as you can get it, but I'll give it to the baby chickens that cannot swallow the big grains of corn. And then the next I bring in, the rest of it that I bring in, grind it as best you can, even if you have to grind it twice. I'll give you cornmeal, all you can use. I'll keep what I want for cornmeal. And if you can't use this cornmeal, I'll have to get, well, I don't know what I'll do. You can buy it bulk, but I don't want a big old 25-pound bag of corn, half ground. Has to be sifted to get enough to make some bread. Try to make me some cornmeal. And you take some home with you and see if your wife can make cornbread.
Did that work?
And it worked.
Oh!
Yes. Dad made cornmeal first, a small bag that he could feed to his chickens, and sift it. And be sure that the machine didn't have a lot of leaves in it.
Yeah.
And the fellow gave him a whole lot of cornmeal. Every time he'd bring corn in for cornmeal, Dad got his portion.
That worked out well then.
That worked out beautifully. Because we didn't have any money to spend either. Dad got a little bit, but then not enough to count.
Was he working at something in addition to the hammer mill, or did he just have the hammer mill?
He just had the hammer mill.
Okay.
And he decided, why not have a little drop-in grocery when he wasn't grinding? And his wife could go down there a little bit later and open a drop-in store and sell whatever drop-in stores sell. Bread and coffee and tobacco. Some more coffee.
Did they have that for very long?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Really?
2 or 3 years.
Huh. But this was in Louisville?
Lingleville.
Lingleville. I'll bet that was a little town.
That was a little town. And I would have to go back into the first grade because, well, I had gone to such a poor school. They were teaching me in all 6th graders. Not 6th graders.
First graders?
First graders, but not as first grade. She was teaching them preparatory to school.
Okay.
How to hold their pencil and to speak correctly. Roy got caught. He had done something. I don't remember what. Anyway, teacher jumped over at him with her little ruler. Let her switch her ruler. What did you say, Roy Strong? What did you say? He repeated it. Okay. You know you're in for a whipping then. I am for if he's saying that. You think you're going to have a whipping to not say it? Oh, boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Don't you understand what I mean? Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Gnome, how do you speak to me? I'm your teacher. Yeah. Now that's what you're in trouble with. You must say yes, ma'am, and not yeah. And you may say no, ma'am, instead of nope. Don't you say that at school? Always at school. It's yes, ma'am, to any adult. Adult means a woman grown up and a man grown up, a kid grown up man. Men or women are always spoken to with ma'am or sir. Really? Yes. Don't you say that at home? Nope. I mean, no, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to stop recording now.